Details about a plane crash in an El Cajon neighborhood. We are now hearing the cockpit recording as the pilot was desperate to land while narrowly avoiding homes and vehicles. Welcome to The 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The pilot, the only one on board, survived after managing to put that small aircraft down on a street. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from the crash site. She talked to neighbors and an aviation expert about that crash. Kelly.
That's right, and neighbors say they're just amazed that pilot was able to land the plane without severely hurting anyone or causing any major damage. So it happened here on this street right behind me. We're at Clarke and Lily right now. The woman who lives at this house says she heard a loud bang and rushed out to see what happened. You'll hear from her in a moment. But first, here's audio from the pilot and air traffic controllers. He told them he was having engine trouble and that he lost oil pressure.
I've lost my engine.
Zero Victor Roger, see smoke coming out of your plane currently.
For a place to put this down. I'm not going to make the runway.
Zero Victor, look for a flat area. You got a couple freeways out there and a couple main streets.
We're sitting there watching TV, just finished dinner, and we hear this noise. So my husband and I both run out. He runs out and sees that it's an airplane. I just saw that there was a crash, so I ran back in to grab my phone, called 911, and as I'm calling 911, I can see that the engine's smoking a little.
And we do have some cell phone video taken at the scene by a neighbor. Now, Michelle Hilliard, the woman you just heard from, says she grabbed 2 fire extinguishers to put out any fire in the engine. She says she and her neighbors hear planes circling all the time and worry about something like this happening. She says the pilot was a little bruised. He was a little banged up, but was able to get out of the plane himself, walk across the street, and sit down on the curb. Emergency crews got here very quickly. They took him to the hospital. But the good news is it sounds like he is okay. Now, the plane he was in is registered to a man out of Santee. We don't know for sure that he was the pilot. According to flight records, the plane, a fixed-wing single-engine plane, took off from Gillespie Field at 5:52 p.m. yesterday. It headed east and then circled back toward Gillespie, but unfortunately didn't make it. It crashed after about 30 minutes after takeoff. Now, I talked to Robert Katz, an aviation expert, over the phone, and here's what he says NTSB investigators will do next.
The engine will be torn down. All component parts will be inspected for function, reliability, any failures, that sort of thing. Any damage to that engine will be repaired, and then it will be test run to determine if the cause of the failure. Was it due to neglected maintenance, which is entirely possible.
But just to be clear at this point, we do not know what caused this crash. The NTSB will be heading up this investigation. Now, the pilot did end up taking down some power lines when he crashed yesterday. So electricity was out in this neighborhood for a while, but it has since been restored. Heather and Carlo.
Yeah, what a miracle. Incredible that the pilot managed to avoid hitting anything. But do we know anything about this particular aircraft, Kelly? Did the expert that you speak with give us any insight?
Yeah, he said that it is a Belanca Super Viking airplane, and he says it's for more experienced pilots to fly. He said this one was built more than 50 years ago, and if the engine is maintained, he said the engine is extremely reliable. But he also points out these are extremely expensive aircrafts to maintain, $300 to $400 an hour just for fuel maintenance as well as insurance. So he says that maintenance records are certainly something that the NTSB will be looking at.
We'll wait and see what the NTSB determines in that investigation. Meantime, I can't imagine walking away from that. Kelly Hessedal reporting live. Thanks, Kelly. Can you imagine I would have gone and sat down on the curb for a while myself.
My goodness. Yeah. I mean, the heart-stopping moments you probably experienced as he was putting that plane down.
And the ability to guide it to a place where it minimized damage on the ground. Nobody hurt. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah, a true miracle. Goodness. Kelly, thanks.